Well, as y'all could probably gather just looking at my channel, there has been a lack of Jujutsu Kaisen content. Since the end of Modulo, I am still processing that. Make no mistake, I've been keeping up with that anime. I actually meant to get y'all a Megumi video before getting y'all this video because I heard so many things about this Sendai Colony episode, how Yuta just puts on a masterclass. More than that, the fact that the episode itself is just peak. After watching it myself, I have to say that y'all did not lie. We're gonna talk about this Sendai Colony episode. Don't worry, I will be getting y'all a Megumi video as well because Potential Man was on full display against Reggie. I just want to rewatch episode 11, episode 12 before I get it to y'all. But it is coming though. First, like I said, Sendai Colony, I could not miss this. Y'all anything I gotta say all in the video, y'all already know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, follow if you want TikTok. Let's talk about it. Before we do, I do have to mention, for y'all who don't know, apparently they are changing direction with the whole season 3 part 1 situation. Now after the end of this season, we're immediately gonna go into season 4, likely coming out next year. I'm not mad at the end of the day, season 3 part 2, season 4. The only thing I'm mad at is that, damn, you would think with a part 2, probably get that part 2 sometime sooner than a whole new season. With the level of animation MAPPA showed in this episode alone, realistically, we probably wouldn't have even gotten to part 2 until January of next year. With that said, let's get into this episode. First, want to highlight the very beginning of this episode. Yuta taking on the burden of being the strongest in his sensei's absence. He says he doesn't want to see Gojo have to take out his best friend again, so he'll be the one to do it, and that he will get 400 points all by himself. I gotta be honest with y'all, I've never been the biggest Yuta fan. Mostly because everybody jacks him as the MC when Yuji's literally right there. Yuji's my favorite character, so I always just felt slight disdain for Yuta. Obviously, I always respected his strength. From the JJK Zero movie, I knew that this boy was a problem. Obviously, in the Sendai Colony, he's boxing in the manga as well. Post-culling games, he is boxing. I mean, it's Yuta. This man is going to fight hard. It is literally in his DNA. Still, despite all that, I just was never on the Yuta fan train for real. But after seeing how bro was moving in this episode, I have to give him his flowers. Our animators was in y'all bag the entire episode too. I mean, from the way Yuta and Kuroshi was first clashing at the beginning of the episode, when he's in that field and the 2 cockroach larvae come beside him, he slices them and the little goo comes on his eye. The way they had this man running, bro. Anybody who thought that Yuta was going 100% against Yuji in them first couple episodes of this season for whatever reason, this confirms, no, he was not. If he wanted to, he could have taken out Yuji that episode in that moment. He could have cleared all 3 of them. Choso, Yuji, Naoya. Could have packed all 3 of them up. This man has endless stamina, which I guess goes in with his cursed energy being absolutely insane. He's like an endless reserve of cursed energy. He puts that on full display before even calling Rika to work beside him. The entire first half of this episode is Yuta just having Rika over the stadium watching over the citizens, and Sendai ensuring that they are protected. So he's fighting Yuro, Ishiguro, and Kuroshi without Rika's help. It was just Yuta and reverse curse technique throughout. He was still able to hold down the fort against 2 insanely strong sorcerers in their own right, and a cursed spirit that did not want to stay down. At this very moment in Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuta is the strongest. I just love seeing him shouldering that burden of being the strongest throughout the entire episode. This is exactly what we would expect out of Gojo if he were in a similar position. He understands having other people fight alongside him. Now, despite Rika is different, because Rika literally boosts Yuta. It's similar in that Gojo never really wants anybody to fight alongside him because they will literally just slow him down. So him taking on the burden of getting the 400 points on his own while he understands Megumi's rules that he wanted to have established, he wants to do that by himself because he doesn't want to burden anybody who just fought in Shibuya and is still currently healing from all that. Like, you gotta respect it. I haven't even talked about the fights in this episode yet, outside of Kuroshi, but bro was really trying hard to stay involved in this fight for real. Yuta literally packed him up within the first 5 minutes of this episode. Uro and Ushiguro, I have to give y'all immense credit. Y'all were really boxing. Y'all was giving this boy a hard time. Uro's spatial technique, tough as hell. The way she's able to reverse anything essentially that bounces off the sky. I shouldn't say reverse, I should say manipulate these properties that bounce off the sky. Because what she was doing in the street was definitely not no reversal. She was literally picking up the street. Yuta and Ushiguro boxing in the middle of it while the whole platform of the street is all topsy-turvy. You get Ishiguro in the mix, who just wants to have a good time. He's just looking for a good fight against Yuta. He's giving him one right back with that pompadour cannon on his head. The craziest thing about his shit is that no matter how much he uses this beam, it will still fire at the exact same strength. This episode was quite literally Jump Jutsu Kaisen personified. Start off with Yuta versus Kuroshi, then it goes to Yuta versus Zero. Then Ishiguro gets put in the mix, and then it's Yuta versus Ishiguro. Zero comes back and becomes a free-for-all before Yuta puts the ring on, asks Rika to come to his side. It's a 2v2. Bang out at that point. Especially after Yuro manipulated Rika to punch Yuta, that shit became personal afterwards. And at some point, my boy Yuta got on Genos' arm, started wilding. I'm like, yo, when did you have this in the kid? Y'all popped their domain expansions at a point, which would have been dope to see, but this motherfucker's kid to jump in there and F everything up just for him to get taken out like 2 minutes later. Again, you are not important here. Before you know it, by the end of the episode, it's just a bang out between Yuta and Ishiguro. Even after the limit between Yuta and Rika is gone, Yuta is still putting up points. Using his copy technique, we have Rika at some point eat Uro's arm. Now he has the same manipulation powers as Uro and is able to send Ichigo's beam into the sky. And he gets into hand-to-hand fighting with Ichiguro until the right moment holds him in place for that same beam he sent into the sky to come right down on the both of them. Technically like this, it just makes Yuta undeniable. I have to give him his respect, his flowers. He did what he needed to do in the Sendai colony. I think all that, he only got 190 points. I mean, he's damn near halfway from the goal, but he still put on for modern day Jujutsu sorcery nonetheless. I also love that this was a fight between Yuta and sorcerers from back in the day, alongside Kuroroshi, who we would assume is an older cursed spirit. I mean, regardless if he's not, he's still a tough out. Come up in an era where fighting is all they know. Yuta brings up friendship to Uro, and she's like, what is that? When did they start putting that shit in the dictionary for you to be throwing it at me like that? Because fighting is all they know, they have more time to hone their techniques. I just love and appreciate the fact that Gege made it a mix of sorcerers as opposed to just modern day sorcerers in this culling game. It diversifies the level of experience, and it makes bouts like this between Yuta and the whole Sendai colony more interesting. This is definitely in my top 5 episodes of JJK. Definitely up there with the Maki episode this season, Kuna versus Maharaga, the end of the Yuji versus Mahito fight, even though all the episodes in that fight were released. This is a personal favorite of mine. I gotta throw Yuji versus Shoso in there. Shibuya was just peak. I have to give this episode a, oh my gosh, like a 10 out of 10. There's no complaints I have with this episode. The animation was spot on from top to bottom. It made me a believer in this one. I cannot lie. Sad we gotta wait for season 4 to drop probably at some point next year, but this is a great way to end the season. I'm looking forward to see more of this series animated as we continue on. Let me know what y'all thought of the episode in the comments, and best believe y'all getting that Make Me video really soon.